YouTube intro here, just in case. Hi guys, we're playing Atonement today. Very scary map. I hope to not spook myself and get, you know, all the drippiness in my pants, if you know. Oh, my bunkie is my home. Bunkie, bunkie, bunkie. I wasn't planning on dooming my pants today, but you know how it is. Sometimes the doom just comes even when you don't want it to. America's pretty tasty up in these parts. Hamburgers and hot dogs. Purple lights are kind of nice. You know, it gives a good vibe. It's like, you know, I could seduce you right now. I have a hunting rifle. So I guess if we're having a 1v1, I'm going to shoot you in the nuts. Oh, okay. Let me tell you guys a minute and 30-second long joke. So, gnomes are like known for their tiny little hats on their heads. And sometimes when a gnome takes off his hat, you see like their bald heads, and that's why they wear hats. So one day this little gnome, he was walking around and he found a bird. And the bird was like, hey, why do you wear hats? And the gnome was like, well, you know, I can't really impart that information, that's known knowledge. And so the bird was like, well, you know what, I'm just gonna take it off you. So the bird grabs the gnome's hat, it comes off him, and guess what's underneath? Another hat. The gnome had multiple hats to make certain that, you know, it was all safe, and you know, if somebody took off his hat, he'd be fine. So the bird's like, what? And he takes off another hat. And then there's another hat underneath that hat. And so now the bird's like having like an existential crisis. He's like, how many hats are underneath this gnome? And then the gnome, well, he says, well, I'm not a gnome at all. I'm just a figment of your imagination. And poof, the gnome disappears. And you know what isn't the gnome's place? Nothing. Okay, Jack, by the way, listen, I just realized, if you're Jack Sparrow and I'm Davy Jones, you know what we have to do, right? For the rest of this map, we have to be in character. All your deeds laid bare. All your sins vanished. Alright, I got the Davy voice down. You got Jack down? Let me hear the Jack.
Okay. Alright, okay, give me it. Where's the rum?
I'll find that rum for you, Jack.
Savvy? Well, by golly, by Savvy, by the sea, we need to go put that in.
Oh, wild stalls back here. Ugh, disgusting. The sea is my toilet.
Yarr, Savvy.
Which way is north on the computer?
Savvy?
Once you get into this map, I become Geralt. What are these people? What is this place? Oh my. Wow. Come here! You can't avoid the fisting forever! Come here, puppy! Come here, little puppy! I want to sniff you! Where is everybody? I want to have a party in everyone's pants, and I don't know where anyone is. To put it in as the French would say, I think I'm gonna become a baguette in this bagel. This bagel's about to fry me into a baguette. As the British would say, this person is about to make me a crumpet. And as the Australians would say, crikey! You ever just think like how fun it is to grope some grapes? Alright. Marie, it's alright. She consented, don't worry. What's in the box? What's in the box? I wanna know what's in the box! But this is gonna be a Fortnite YouTube video. Ah! He's chasing me! He's chasing me! Oh my goodness! Oh goodness me! There's no escape! He's chasing me! I got one bullet, and this one bullet has some of these. Me when McDonald's gives me 19 chicken nuggets instead of 20. Everyone needs that milk. Gotta get nice and thick for all the boys out there. What did you want? Oh, is that... Ma'am? Is it like 4 unidentifiable drinks? Can you show me your license, ma'am? I'm gonna need to see your license to make sure, you need to be born before church to buy alcohol here? you get through doors? I don't think so. Oh my goodness! Sir! Welcome in! You seem like somebody who would spend a lot of money, sir. I'll get you some milk. You know, and I'll even get you some chips, you know? I love picking up boxes of shelf goods. That's my favorite pastime. Larry?
Hello. Sorry to disturb you for that. But I just
it's
wanted
fine,
to ask
Larry,
you if
it's
I could use
fine.
the toilet.
Larry! Larry! Open up, Larry! Open up! I wanna come see. What you doing in there, Larry? Hello, melons. You have any words for me? I'm just a melon! Leave me alone! Alright, melons.
Let's go.
Giant level of 1,000, gonna make you scream. In the roaring 20s, the party never ends. Anarchy with a streets on fire, chaos in the air. Monkey man laughing without a care. Banana shotgun, his weapon of choice. Bring gay chaos and anarchy with a powerful voice. Banana for this king, yeah. Monkey on the loose, causing havoc with a deadly
Do I hear my best piano impression? Oh, I could actually do like scary stories. Scary stories with jackals moving. One time there was a gnome walking along on a dark and stormy night. And then when the gnome came across a little alleyway, and out of the alleyway came a voice, and that voice said, "Why, hello there. You looking mighty fine tonight. You want to come join me in my alleyway?" And the gnome said, what? Oh, scary story over. Yet. Oh, it does look a little interesting. Oh, it's scary story time again. Where was I in the story? And the gnome answered. The guy in the alleyway said, "Well, come on in." It's not so dark anymore, but I can still, because the light's on the screen, but here. I can still tell you a scary story. So the gnome was in an alleyway. Well, no, he wasn't in the alleyway yet, but the man's voice said, "Well, alright, I'll come into the alleyway with you." And then the gnome said, "Yes, sir, I'll come in there, because I trust voices in alleyways, and I like a nice man like you." So he goes to the alleyway, the gnome does. And you know what he sees? He sees a snake man, a man with a snake head. And he goes, that's his version of laughing. And the gnome was terrified. He was like, "Oh, what is happening? It's a snake man, and I only thought there were gnomes in this universe." And so then the gnome was in the So there was a gnome in an alleyway with a snake man, and the snake So what happened next? Well, the snake was going laughing at the gnome. The gnome is shocked, the gnome is shook. So the gnome says, "What do you want from me? What do you want from me, snake man?" And the snake says, "I want to put my venom inside of you." And the gnome said, "Well, that sounds kind of like,
Weird, I don't know about that. Wouldn't that kill me? And the snake said, well, obviously, my venom would kill you, sir. I'm a snake. But it's too late to leave now. Look behind you. The gnome turns. There's another snake man. They're both laughing together. So then what happens? What happens? The gnome says, all right, you forced my hand. And the gnome, he karates through the air. He's like going, and he goes karateing through the air. He chops one snake in half. The snake goes all the way in half. The other snake, like, he knows jinjitsu, so he does a spin move in the air. He like flips in a circle and then kicks with his leg, knocks the gnome against his back. The gnome's winded. He's out of breath. And the snake. This is so dark. It is so incredibly. The gnome, he's on his back, he's going. The snake says, listen, sir, you have gnomed your last time. Any last words? And the gnome goes, I'm not a gnome. The gnome throws off his skin, and suddenly beneath, it's another snake! And then the snake, this new gnome snake, he jumps up, he grabs the other snake by the throat, and he injects his venom into him. And then that snake goes, no, I've been injected with venom. Who could have seen this? This is karma for my whole life. And so then that snake falls over, he's dead because of the venom. And then the snake that was previously the gnome, throws off another set of flesh, and he's actually a gnome again. He's a gnome all along, and he says, my venom comes from a... We're in the middle of the story if you remember where we are. And the gnome, he threw off his flesh, and so... The gnome throws off his snake flesh, and suddenly there's a gnome underneath again. What? And this gnome says, well, I've been producing venom for years, sucking it into my teeth. You know, those dentists, they'll poke my teeth and inject them with venom. And I've been working up a tolerance so I could keep the venom in my teeth, just for this specific moment. I knew they would be in that alleyway, and I knew they would come for me. I just wanted to snake them all over. So then the gnome walked away, and he just said, his final words were, well, it's been a good gnoming time. And he's gone into the night, looking for his next victim.
Oh yeah, slap that belly, you son of a...